His civil disobedience jazz program last year brought a full house to its feet. Now, New York bassist David Ambrosio is coming back to Mars Landing Galleries with Grupo Los Santos, a quartet blending jazz with funk, Afro-Cuban, Afro-Brazilian, and beyond. It's an evening unlike anything else you'll hear in this region. Grupo Los Santos, one night only, 7 p.m. this Saturday at Mars Landing Galleries in Mars Hill. Tickets and details are at marslandinggalleries.com. Wake up, Asheville! I'm Matt Peiken, and this is your newscast for Wednesday, October 22nd. Republican leaders in the North Carolina Senate have approved a new congressional map that analysts say would likely give the GOP an additional U.S. House seat ahead of next year's midterm elections. The plan, backed by Senate Leader Phil Berger and House Speaker Destin Hall, is framed as an effort to protect Donald Trump's agenda. Democrats call it a partisan power grab that weakens representation for voters in the state's majority black counties. While Governor Stein, a Democrat, cannot veto the measure under state law, the proposal is expected to face legal challenges. You can read more about this in the New York Times and at WLOS. The U.S. Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services has placed Asheville's Mission Hospital in, quote, immediate jeopardy. It's the most severe federal sanction a hospital can face, marking the third such citation since HCA Healthcare acquired Mission in 2019. The decision follows a state inspection citing safety lapses that led to a patient death and other care violations. Mission CEO Greg Lowe said the hospital has already submitted a corrective plan, while nurses and community advocates blame chronic understaffing. Mission has until November 9th to satisfy federal regulators or risk losing Medicare and Medicaid funding. You can read more about this in the Asheville Watchdog. A federal bench trial opened Monday in Winston-Salem challenging North Carolina's same-day voter registration rules. The League of Women Voters, Democracy North Carolina, and the North Carolina Black Alliance argue that provisions in Senate Bill 747 unfairly disenfranchise voters whose address verification mailers are returned undeliverable, often impacting college students and black voters. Witnesses described barriers facing young voters and the lack of on-campus polling sites at historically black colleges. The case is being heard by Judge Thomas Schroeder and is expected to conclude later this week. You can read more about this at Blue Ridge Public Radio. A recent study by the Urban Land Institute suggested Asheville consider moving the River Arts District to a new RAD 2.0 site to avoid future flood damage, but city officials have made clear there are no plans to move the district. Communications specialist Kim Miller said the ULI report offered recommendations only, adding that redevelopment decisions rest with the property owners and the wider community. Meanwhile, the city continues recovery efforts through the French Broad Riverfront Parks project, restoring public spaces along 5 miles of the river. You can read more about this at 828 News Now. And the Davidson River Campground in Pisgah National Forest will close from November through May of 2026 for a major renovation project. Funded by the Great American Outdoors Act, the work is a partnership between the U.S. Forest Service and NavVenture, which operates several local recreation areas. The project will modernize bathhouses and improve visitor amenities, one of the largest reinvestments in the region's recreation infrastructure in years. During the closure, visitors are encouraged to use nearby campgrounds at Lake Powhatan or North Mills River. You can read more about this in the Citizen Times. This daily newscast can also arrive in your email every weekday morning. Sign up for our newsletter at wakeupavl.transistor.fm. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at wakeupavl. I'm Matt Peiken. Thanks for waking up every weekday morning to Wake Up Asheville.